Hi friends, I'm Katie Brinkley and you're listening to Rocky Mountain Marketing. With nearly 2 decades helping business owners, consultants, and coaches with their digital marketing, I know that social media can be an incredible tool to grow your business when you know how to do it the right way. And that's what we're going to do today. I teach you how to navigate the world of entrepreneurship and digital marketing, and hopefully you'll grow your business with a few great tips you wouldn't have known otherwise, and maybe even discover a great local business you love. Let's dive into today's episode. Welcome back to this week's episode of Rocky Mountain Marketing. I'm really excited to sit down with this week's guest because I've sat down with him, maybe about a year ago now. And we talked all about vertical video the last time we talked. And man, so much can change in a year because now we are going to be talking all about AI. And I feel like this has been the buzzword of 2023, AI. And my guest today is Austin Armstrong. He and I have had the opportunity to sit down on Rocky Mountain Marketing before. We've gotten the opportunity to hang out in real life in San Diego at Social Media Marketing World. And Austin, he was actually a huge part of Michael Stelzner's keynote presentation just because of the way Austin has been showing up on social media and driving conversations and asking those viral questions and really kind of pushing the boundaries as far as content creation. So he's been everywhere this year. He really was blowing up on TikTok, but now he will even say himself that Facebook has probably been his biggest platform for growth. And a lot of it is because of the way he's showing up and utilizing AI and talking about stacking different AI tools. And that's what we're going to get into today. So Austin, thank you so much for coming back on to Rocky Mountain Marketing one more time.
Katie, thank you so much for having me on. It's always a privilege, always a pleasure. Every time I get to chat with you, I learn something and am inspired. So I just love having these conversations, and it's good to be back.
Well, and like I said, last time we talked all about, how you've built your audience over on TikTok and really blown up over there. But I mentioned it when I was introducing you. Michael Stelzner was talking about how you've been growing over on Facebook. And a lot of people have been writing Facebook off as saying like, oh, Facebook is dead. Only old people use Facebook. But you definitely will be the one to say, actually, it's still alive and well.
Yeah. What a crazy year it's been in Facebook and social media land in general. I love the state of social right now because I've been doing this for 18 years. So I've been in the social game since MySpace, and it was stagnant for a while until TikTok kicked the industry in its butt and forced innovation. And it feels like the last 4 years have just been a freaking whirlwind of new things, exponential growth, the introduction of AI tools to the mass public. And yeah, Facebook is, they are absolutely my number one platform right now. And it came out of nowhere. I mean, I had a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I had, I think, 5,000 friends and followers on Facebook, which was just the amount of people that I was connected with. And quite honestly, largely a lot of them were from old games like Farmville and Castle Age or something. And it wasn't a marketing platform, but that's a deep cut shout out there. But they rolled out a couple algorithm updates about a year ago that really just changed everything. I mean, they rolled out Facebook Reels, which are native, and it's not Instagram Reels. And I still think this is something that people don't understand. Yeah, you have the option when uploading an Instagram Reel to also share to Facebook. But if you just natively upload onto Facebook through the mobile app as a Reel, it hits a different algorithm, and it 100% will reach more people more often and consistently. And so as soon as, and they rolled out, professional mode, which basically turns your personal profile, not a page, into like a page. So you have advanced analytics, You can see individual post insights. You can monetize your profile as well. Basically, everything that's been available on Facebook pages is now available on personal profiles, as long as you switch over to professional mode.
And Austin, I was going to say, I love the fact that you say that you've gone all in on Facebook, and that you did talk about Facebook Reels, because so many people are like, oh, well, I have the toggle on Instagram to share from Instagram over to Facebook. But really, it's one extra step. And there's tools out there like repurpose.io that you can use so that you are publishing natively to these platforms.
Yep.
And I've been in the game since MySpace too. And I think that almost when TikTok came out, it was Musical.ly before and then turned into TikTok, and it was all just kids, quote unquote, that were on TikTok. And then COVID happened and we had nothing else to do except for make videos around our houses. And so that's when TikTok exploded. And I really think it gave the rest of these social media giants a kick in the butt and said, like, people want to shake things up. They're tired of the Farmville and just checking status updates. We want more.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And I think that too, I love hearing you say that Facebook is not something to sleep on, because I think you have like 800,000 TikTok fans or followers, and you're sitting here saying, like, don't sleep on Facebook.
Yeah, it took me 4 years to hit 800,000 followers on TikTok, and it took 12 months to hit 800,000 followers on Facebook.
And it was all when you made that switch of, this is how I'm going to show up, create content, and work smarter, turn into the professional mode, the digital creator mode, and just start publishing a lot of content. And one of the pieces of content that's worked really well for you is your Reels or TikToks, your short form videos that you talk about stacking. So just take us through kind of what your idea is or was for these stacking videos.
To get traction on social media videos, you need to increase the watch duration, the view duration of that video. And so I've found through like literally thousands of tests of uploading thousands of videos that the format of content that holds the viewer's attention the most is listicle oriented content. So top 3, top 5, if you stack these 3 websites together, it does X, Y, and Z. And so it builds upon the previous pieces in that video, and it constantly hits like dopamine receptors of the individual. So if you go too deep in one individual topic, it can do great, but it's really just for like one specific use case or purpose most of the time. And there's always a room for that, of course, but if you can give people a reason to continue watching to see, oh, what's next? Oh, what's next? That shiny object syndrome really works well in the era of short form content. Attention spans are terrible. It's a reality of the world that we live in. Does it suck? Yes. Does it change anything? No. So you got to just meet people where they're at and create content for those terrible attention spans. And listicle-oriented content performs best. And so that's where the original idea came from, is just, opening up a video like, if you stack these 3 websites together, it's going to change your life. And so we have a really strong opening hook, right? And then show, that website number 1, which does X, Y, and Z. And then you come in with a micro hook to re-engage those people and say, but if you stack that with this next website, right? So it re-engages and re-triggers the dopamine receptors to continue watching, like, oh, I know one website. Well, what happens if I stack it with this other website? And then same thing with a third website or a 5th website, whatever you have on it. You're giving people a use case and continuing to hold their intention by piquing their interest and intrigue over and over and over again. And this is a format that really works.
I've seen you do it a lot with different AI tools. And, we're talking here about Facebook and videos and all these different things to grow online. But AI, like I said during the intro, it's been the buzzword of 2023. And there's so many different AI tools out there now. I've know you've done a couple pictures, like graphics that you've made of just these are all of the paid AI tools. Here's all of the free AI tools. And some stacking videos. If you stack this AI tool with this AI tool, and now Austin, you've been deep faking yourself as part of these different AI. I mean,
Yeah.
like, it has just been insane to see the way AI has taken over the content creation space this year. So, before we get into deepfakes, let's talk a little bit about how AI is really transforming the way that we are creating content and taking care of business in 2023.
Yeah, it's such a good question. And the role of I think, is not to inherently replace people or jobs. I want to say that because that's a big like fear mongering thing that's going around. But it's to enhance and speed up and save money on a lot of the tasks that you do. And I'll preface this by saying I don't think AI will take jobs, but I think AI or people that utilize these AI tools will take the jobs of those that do not embrace it. And so I just want to have that as a little caveat there. But there,
I 100% agree. If you're not embrace, it's almost kind of like not having a website. Back in 1998 or whatever. If you didn't have a website, back then it was kind of like meh. But now, if you don't, does your business really exist? Now is the time to learn about these tools and how to embrace AI for your business.
100%, because all things considered, is we're still so early. Um, we tend to be in these echo chambers online. Katie and I were connected with a lot of the same friends and colleagues on Facebook, and so we see each other. We see each other's posts, and we're in these echo chambers of people saying, "Oh, you gotta get on this tool. You got to do this thing before it's too late. You got to jump on TikTok before it's too late." The reality here is it's so early. We're only a year and a half into AI tools being available to the public. This is the new norm. Get started with a lot of these tools that there are infinite use cases with to help you content creation and your business, because 3, 5, 10 years from now, you're going to be so much further ahead, and the world is going to change. But I think the best intro AI tool for everybody is ChatGPT. I think it's just undeniable that if you have no idea where to begin, just start with ChatGPT. It's free. The entry level plan, there are some limitations to it, but by and large, it's free and incredibly powerful. You can train it on yourself. You can have it be a duplicate version of you, so that you can bounce ideas off of it and have it write content for you, have it organize things into spreadsheets for you. Ask it its opinion, have it create content. There's so many things that ChatGPT can do in and of itself that have been incredibly helpful and powerful. We're even using it at a part of our hiring process for Syllabi. So we have it trained on the questions that we're asking, like developers, for instance, and then we're assessing quality scores. And ChatGPT's taking all of their answers and cross-referencing it with our criteria for our hiring process, and giving them scores of if they think they would be a good match for our team, and we're using that as a intermediary qualifier to take them to the next level. ChatGPT can even program and write code for you. But a lot of the other websites that are really helpful in the AI space, Otter AI is one of my absolute favorite tools right now, and I use the free version of Otter. I don't even pay for it, but what it does is it sits in on your Zoom meetings, your Microsoft Teams or Google Meets, and it's like a little personal transcriptionist assistant that takes notes of the meeting, it transcribes it, it organizes it by people, it sends you an email summary, You can search the transcript later. You can play back specific audio sections of it later. It's an incredible productivity tool for me where now I can focus on chatting and speaking with the person. I don't have to take notes anymore because Otter's taking the notes for me. So I can just be entirely present in the call and then reference anything later. And then, of course, a shameless plug for content creation. My tool, Syllabi, has really been based on what goes into a video marketing journey. The processes of what are people searching for online, what are the topics that are viral that people are actually asking for in my industry, what do I say in the videos, creating content with deepfakes, scheduling it out to all of your social media profiles. We really broke down like what does a video marketing agency do as a video marketing agency owner at its highest level, and we turned it into a tool with AI. So that's what Syllabi does. We've really built the tool based on repeatable processes so that business owners can create content much more streamlined for much more affordable and stay much more consistent using one tool instead of using 5 different tools or hiring an internal marketing division or team or hiring an expensive video marketing agency. Like I kind of built the tool to replace my other business. And so those are a couple tools that come to mind though, without going too long-winded of a rant.
Because there's so many tools out there. I feel like every month there's a new tool, and every week there's a new tool. And you talked about ChatGPT. There's also Google Bard. There's also Claude. All of those I kind of feel are the same-ish. I mean, ChatGPT is up until 2021. Google is timely. Claude's been one that's been coming. I feel I've seen more of people talking about in my Facebook feed. What do you think on those 3 platforms? Is there another one that you like better as far as like you said, you're using ChatGPT to help you with like your HR processes. But I mean, is there different perks for each of these platforms that you see versus one another?
Claude 2 now is from a company called Anthropic. They're kind of the newest version out, and it's actually outperforming ChatGPT in a lot of information. I think their data set is a lot more recent as well, so I think it goes beyond 2021. I'm not exactly sure the last captured dates of the information for Claude 2. ChatGPT was fantastic when they had their web browsing feature built into it. They've discontinued it for the time being, unfortunately, because the warning is people abused it or something, which I don't understand how. It was only out for like a month. It was incredible. But they have plugins, so like you can, if you're on the paid version of ChatGPT, you have the plugins where you can link it to Zapier, which is incredibly powerful. You can link it to all of these third-party plugin tools and basically automate ChatGPT with everything. I think both ChatGPT and Claude are far above Bard right now, while Bard is integrated into Google. And I think the main benefit and perk of Bard is not only that it's directly within Google, but it's learning as it goes. From my understanding of it, so it's actually improving in real time, whereas ChatGPT is based on a specific data set. And until they roll out like GPT-5 or 4.5 or whatever the next iteration or version is, the information that it has is set in stone. It's stable. It's still incredibly powerful. But that's one of the benefits. So I think in the long run, Bard could outperform all of them if it performs as it's promised. They all have their own unique use cases. I have also found that Bard lies quite a bit.
Because we are saying that AI is great. AI, it can help with all these different ways of creating content and creating websites and all the things. Robots can lie to us. Talk to us about how we have to be careful with what we believe a computer is telling us.
Yeah, so there's been a bunch of examples of this. There was a lawyer. This was a big story that came out a couple months ago. That a lawyer ran some information through ChatGPT, and then just trusted it and presented it in a court case, and it was false information. Uh, ChatGPT will do this, as will Bard. I haven't thoroughly tested this with Claude, but they will make up information sometimes to justify the answer and be really stubborn and say, no, this is correct. And so you always should validate the information through third-party tools. Think of it like this way: like if you're writing a blog article in school or any article or anything like that, and you gathered the information from Wikipedia, you should cross-reference that information, because anybody can technically edit and add information to a Wikipedia page. And so with all content that's generated by AI, I would absolutely, in any capacity, cross-reference it and make sure that it's accurate before you just copy-paste release. That's just not a good idea with AI. Use it as a tool to save you a lot of that time, but it's not going to be a full-on replacement to just copy and paste or copy and present. That's just not a smart idea at all.
Well, and that's been one of the biggest concerns is, AI is going to replace us. I mean, your tool, Syllabi, you're trying to replace our own jobs here, Austin. Thanks a lot. But I mean, there's tools out there that are starting to kind of replace certain jobs. Do you think that there is a job that should be on high alert? And what is it? And then 2, do you think that being a ChatGPT kind of expert, where you can do these stackings, or not even ChatGPT, an AI expert, where you do these different content and website stacking, like what you talk about, will that be a job?
Yeah, so prompt engineering is already a really high paid job, actually. You can get paid hundreds of dollars an hour right now being an expert prompt engineer and being a ChatGPT expert and consultant. So that's an interesting thing that's starting to come out. I'm even starting to get inquiries of being an AI consultant for implementing AI tools and processes within internal companies as well. So it's a great idea to learn and master these tools, because the vast majority of people just don't understand. Like you can become a ChatGPT basics expert really quickly and speak on that to individual companies in like tomorrow, because they just don't a lot of these older companies and older workforces don't understand how to use these tools, especially like government, who's like 20, 30 years behind on their technological processes a lot of the time. But to answer your question, I think data analysis is in trouble. I think lawyers, a lot of lawyers are going to be in trouble. Anybody that like cross-references information is going to be in trouble. I think broad content writers are going to have to learn to adapt. So if you're a blog writer, you're going to have to adapt because these tools are getting really good and are even able to bypass AI detectors now and can automatically write articles that are optimized for SEO with headlines, subheadlines, meta descriptions, SEO titles, and everything that passes for human level writing. And so there will always be individuals and companies that seek it out and say, I want human realistic articles. But as these tools get more and more advanced, I can fool you and say, yes, I will 100% write articles for you and take it to an AI content writer that passes human tests and AI generation detectors and present that to you, and you will not know the difference. I also kind of think how we create content is going to be drastically changed. Yes, technically I'm one of the people pioneering like AI for video marketing, but it was going to happen anyway. And so, my perspective on that is, why sit back and wait for AI to slowly depreciate my agency and take away what I do when I see the opportunity here to lead the charge and help inspire other people to take the initiative to learn how to use these tools so that they can enter this new era and not get left behind. That's my perspective on all of that. I think in general, a
Well,
lot of
and
blue collar workers are safe, though. I think I think that
yeah,
was the initial
it,
concern, is that AI is going to take over the truck drivers and what,
nope.
no, it's white collar workers that are most in danger from AI. Anybody that has an online job is going to be impacted.
And like you said, you, for a video marketing agency, you've kind of been leading the charge with deep faking yourself. And just explain to us quickly here what a deep fake is and how you've been, quote unquote, stacking, deep faking yourself with Syllabi and seeing just as good as, if not better than, reach, awareness, and engagement.
Yeah, this is wild to me. So basically, with about a 3-minute video recording of yourself, there are really simple public-facing websites and tools that you can submit that footage to, and it creates a deep fake or a digital twin or an AI avatar. There's a lot of names for this software now because deepfake kind of has a negative connotation already, and so they're kind of changing that name. Like even in Syllabi, we're dubbing it digital twin because it just sounds nicer than deepfake. I have 4 digital twins of myself in different settings, different outfits, inside, outside. I've also cloned my voice. So basically, what you can do with that then is feed it a script, and it will have your digital twin have the body mannerisms of you and create a video of your image, likeness, and voice so that you don't even need to create content. If you're sick, you're unhappy with how you look that day, you're not feeling in a creative mood, you're low energy, you're on vacation, you're out of town, whatever, I can just feed a script into my deepfakes and create a video that looks and sounds like me. And they're not 100% perfect yet if you're really looking for it. So like tonality in the voice is still a little
Definitely.
flat and
For yours, I'm like, I can tell with the voice on it because I'm like,
yeah,
he's being so, it's almost a little bit monotoned
right,
with your deep fakes.
yeah,
You're very professional in your digital twin videos. You're
yeah.
extremely professional in those videos, Austin, which is great. I mean, but I'm like, I'm not used to seeing this. It's like he's like giving a lecture in front of like 1,000, students, But it definitely is professional. If you wanted to have your digital
Yeah.
twin teach something, it's remarkable.
Yeah, it's been fascinating. So what I've been doing is testing some of my top performing videos, and I'll get into the stack for everybody too. But going back and looking at some of my top performing viral videos across the board, and word for word remaking those videos entirely with AI as just a complete A/B test of do I even need to be on camera for videos to perform well if the content is really helpful? And I found the answer is no. I don't need to be on camera. The videos, just like you were saying, perform equally as well, and in a few cases better than me on camera with my deepfake. Which I don't know if that I don't know what to think about that to some degree, but it's and so now I'm actually actively testing this in different industries as well to further test that. So like we have a lot of clients in different industries. And so we're taking some of the scripts in the behavioral health industry, for instance, that have been proven to go viral and perform really well, and passing them through my deepfakes, where I don't come across as an expert. I have no expertise in that space, but these are proven winning, valuable scripts and information. Will it repeat and perform really well? And that's an active test that we've been doing as of this week. And it's been really interesting. And so a quick stack for you as well is, so like this is also just a way that I promote Syllabi. But like so I got my deepfakes done through a company called heygen.com. And there's a couple of these deepfake websites out there. I like Heygen. So I used Heygen to create a deepfake version of myself. And then I use Syllabi to create, to find topics and create video scripts for my social media audience that I feed into those deepfakes. And then I can use Repurpose IO to simultaneously post those videos to all of my social media at the same time. And so that's an example of a 3-website stack that you can basically take over social media without having to create content yourself.
And for all of us that maybe don't want to do video, if we just upload our avatar, create our digital twin, and have excellent content, we're set. We can have video then.
Yeah.
It is crazy seeing how AI is impacting different industries, different jobs that should be kind of on the lookout, and how we can use all these different tools together. I mean, it's just going to be a matter of time. I'm sure you probably even already do it with Zapier, some sort of Zap that across all 3 of these. Austin, talk to us just a little bit about Syllabi, where we can sign up for it, because I was one of the beta testers for Syllabi. I absolutely loved it. It's a great tool. I'm part of the Facebook group. So talk to us a little bit about Syllabi, and if people are like, all right, this sounds like it's next level as far as AI, and it's really going to help me with my social media content creation.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for being a tester and in the Facebook group. It's been an incredible journey. So I really wanted to remove every excuse that I've ever heard from a business owner to not create content online. Put simply, social media has changed my life and business for the better. And so I'm just kind of on a personal mission to help change the lives of anybody who's willing to take action as well. And so, what are a lot of the common problems that a business owner faces that prevent them from creating content on social media? What topics do I create? Knowing that you need to create content, but you have no idea what your customers are actually searching for online. What do I say in the videos so that they perform really well? I don't like being on camera for X, Y, and Z reason. I don't have the time to shoot. I need help staying consistent and organized, because consistency is the key to success in everything online. And I don't have the budget to hire an internal staff member or hire a marketing agency to do all of this for us. And so we took all of those excuses, if you will, and streamlined it into what is Syllabi. So upon signing up for Syllabi, which you can sign up at syllabi.io, it's syllaby.io. You just type in a keyword or a service that you offer, anything related to your business, and it's going to show you the top questions that people are searching for online around that keyword, service, thing that you offer, with data to back it up as well. So you can see how many people are searching for that information, how competitive it is, how much people are bidding on that term for Google search ads. So you can see how valuable it is to create content for that. Then you can create video scripts for short form or for long form YouTube videos around that question. And you can choose the tonality and customize it and personalize it as well. And then you can create a digital or use one of our digital avatars that we have in there. So we don't have the ability currently to deepfake yourself. We are working on that, just a little teaser for everybody. But we have a set of, I think, about 15 avatars in there that you can use. Think of it as like a spokesperson for your brand. They look and sound like a real human. They will take that script and it will create a video for you where it reads that script and creates that content. And then we have a consistency tracker and content calendar on there where you can organize the schedule of all of your social media. You can mark as complete when you've posted and uploaded that video. It's just sort of gamify it so you can stay a little bit consistent with it. And then some immediate features that we're working on as well is a video editor within Syllabi and direct social media scheduling to all of your social media profiles. So basically you won't need to stack several tools. You'll be able to run the entire process all within Syllabi. We've had about 15,000 people start free trials so far. And it's been amazing to see the traction and the growth and how it's actually helping a lot of people overcome a lot of those problems so that they can focus more on doing what they love and just create really helpful content on the questions that their customers or prospective customers have.
I absolutely love it. So be sure to go to Syllabi.io. It's a great tool. I mean, there's digital avatars. I mean, all the things are there. But if you still want to hire out a marketing agency, get in touch with me or Austin. And, but if you're looking for a great way to remain consistent and just start creating more content, Syllabi.io, it is the way to go. I'll include a note here in the show notes or a link here in the show notes. So be sure to check it out. Austin, thank you so much for joining me on Rocky Mountain Marketing. Once again, it's always a pleasure to sit down and talk latest trends with you, from Facebook to deepfakes to all the things. I really appreciate your time today.
Absolutely. I hope it was helpful for all the listeners. Katie, it's always a pleasure to chat with you. I can't wait till we do it again.
Thanks so much for listening to this week's episode of Rocky Mountain Marketing. Make sure to subscribe so that you can continue navigating the world of entrepreneurship. And I'd love to hear from you. Please leave the show a review and connect with me on social media. You can find me on Instagram at @IamKatieBrinkley or connect with me on LinkedIn. And if you're ready to start making some sales on social media, be sure to grab my free guide to selling in the DMs without being spammy. You can get that at katiebrinkley.com. Let's keep taking your marketing to all new heights.